Ça va? 多謝過嚟睇我哋玩啊！多謝晒，希望你哋 enjoy 啊！Latte
Latte
夏天 Summer times and it's too hot
trop chaud
太熱啦
Women in Theatre have been doing, over the last 2 or 3 years, a collection of seasonal shows specifically meant for people who are maybe not experiencing the seasons, either they're in residential care or for some reason they're not part of life so much. For this last one, Summer Times, we've added the extra lens of looking at translanguaging as well. So although in the past we've researched it with diverse communities, we've really started for this one to talk to communities that we've not worked with before. And the idea behind it was to look at summertime, memories of summertime, but also to try and come up with a piece of theatre with trans language as it kind of at its core, at its seat, really.
坐火車
La train
Pochon
La macchina
坐車 Maurice Moyna Beep beep Blinking idiot 屌你老母
Your ass lads
We have conversations in the show where we cross languages and it's trans language, but there's not an emphasis on these are different languages. The emphasis is on anyone can communicate in lots of different ways, physically or using gestural or, just being kind to one another, not necessarily needing specific words.
我哋嘅力量同太陽嘅能量日日啲彈住佢
We're using different languages, and sometimes we let a different language run on for quite a while with the idea that it's all right not to understand what somebody's saying for a while. We don't always have to speak the same language, but you can get the spirit, the esprit of it, and hopefully it's clear enough what we're doing that people can pick up stuff from different languages that they may not. It's not their first language. So we're mixing languages, we're using no language at all sometimes, we're using comedy quite a lot.
阿媽帶我睇龍船，我唔睇雞仔，雞仔大拎去賣，剩低幾多車
Giocando la guerra
There's a lot of translating going on, especially when it's not entirely scripted, and we've done a lot of improvisation. I think this is kind of a feat, using different languages and then adding the language of adding BSL as well, which is very physical.
Our grandchildren, but for us.
It seemed to us to be a very good partnership with the Tlang project because of the research that we do. So there's quite a kind of a similarity with academic stuff, the way that we make theatre. We go to the field, just like people have gone to their fields, to their sites to listen to people. So I go and listen to people. And then we bring that stuff back. And then what we do with it is we put it on its feet. So we use what people have said to us and put it on its feet. So there's lots of commonalities. So we went to community groups. I talked to them about summertime. They exchanged some songs with me. Also shared a few dances, mostly memories. Then I also went to the Tlang sites in Leeds, London and Cardiff, as well as in Birmingham, and talked to academics there about their findings, and also talked to some community members they've been working with. Again, all about summer.
In terms of what I see in the world and sort of tackling this fear of multiculturalism, I think connecting with the people who brought you here in the first place is a really important thing to do. But also in terms of these communities, once they get to a certain age, and I see it with my parents and people that I've known and worked with and volunteered with, that a lot of times these communities feel isolated from modern day and age, and because they came to this country often with nothing and worked hard their whole lives but never completely felt integrated with British society. And I guess for me this feels like a way to cross that bridge, so it's about giving back for me.
The summers,
it's about people, it's about real people and getting their voice heard, and communities, and yeah, people working together, just real voices, the voices of everybody around.
Yeah, I think it's just opened my eyes a little wider to how they had been, and seeing the fun things about language and the way language affects people, and how you can connect despite not being fluent in other languages, and form bonds even with neighbours and things like that.
So what we do is we try and go back to the people that we spoke to. And so there'll be some people there who will hear their own stories being played back to them. Mostly we go back to people and bring other people's stories back to them, so they don't just hear their own, they hear everybody else's as well. So that's how we do it.